Go live. Yo, welcome back to Past the Six Podcast. We're doing a very special live episode. I'm your host, JB, as always. Joining me, as always, is Tsunamic Wave. What's going on with you, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I can't complain. How you feeling?
Doing good, man. Some huge news in the gaming world going on right now. Yo.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, facts. Yo, if you guys don't know, of course, obviously, we talking all about the Grand Theft Auto 6, as Rockstar said, the intrusion that happened that led to some possible information about the game being leaked out. And of course, we wanted to go live and just quickly talk about it because it's actually monumental, man. Obviously, Grand Theft Auto is a tier 1 game that everybody talks about, of course. You know what I mean? So, yo, when you first heard that it was a possible leak, at least, right? What was your first thoughts, man?
I mean, when I saw the video, actually, I think the first time I saw it is when you posted it. You posted it for our page on Facebook, and that's the first time I saw it. And my initial thoughts, so I thought it was a lie. I didn't think that was real. It looked like GTA 5. So honestly, I really wasn't impressed, especially considering the fact we've been waiting for a couple of years for this. So the fact that it's real, my initial thoughts after I finding out it's real is like, really, man, like I could wait a little longer, but you know what I mean? Wait a little longer.
No, yo, actually, same here. And yo, if you guys are watching this live, of course, make sure you comment down below. We'll pull your comment up on the screen so that way read it and acknowledge it. It's interactive. So, I mean, when I first heard it, I was like, like what happened? Like, is it like how much of the game? Like what's going on? And then from what I've heard, it's really not anything like, I guess it's cool to see that, yes, it is a real thing. It's being worked on, right? But in terms of everything I heard, I didn't really think it was too crazy. I know some people are critiquing it, and we'll get into that, which I think is a little silly, if I'm being completely honest. But
yeah.
So when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6, man, obviously we know we're still a few weeks away. I said weeks. Wow. We're still a few years. Actually, probably still a few decades away now. And we'll get into that too. But I want to know, man, what's your thoughts on, like, do you think this leak is a big deal, not a big deal? Like, obviously there's legal stuff to it, but like, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, outside of the legal ramifications, right? It's not really a big deal because we wasn't expecting GTA to come out no time soon. So like, even from what we're seeing right now, it's really, like you said, it really make no sense to critique it because like at the end of the day, they still got a while to go. It looked like to me they building off of GTA 5.
Yeah,
like, and considering the fact that everybody having so much fun with it still to this day with RP and all of that, I can see why they would do such a thing. But like, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Which I think is normal, to be completely real, that, you know, I don't know. Like my thing is it a big deal? Yes, because obviously you got one of the major gaming companies being hacked into and having information stolen. From what I heard, it was like over 90 minutes of content, video, not just screenshots or nothing like that. So, and again, like, do I think it's a big deal in terms of like, oh my God, this is breaking news? Actually, yes, because of the fact that something of this magnitude happens revolving one of the most popular games of all time and one of the most anticipated games of all time. But in terms of like, do I think like, oh my God, the information that in the, you know, in the leak, was that anything of substance? No, I don't. Only because Rockstar already came out and said the game, what people saw was old, right? And like you said, it was building off of Grand Theft Auto 5. That's how it always works. Grand Theft Auto 5 initially was built on the engine for Grand Theft Auto 4, of course, right? So my thing is, I think it's a good thing I'm happy to at least see that it's being worked on and things like that, because obviously before then, all we saw was like a little title screen in terms of like a screenshot. But I'm kind of hyped because I'm like, all right, well, at least it's real now, right? Like it's a real
Yeah.
thing, so we know it's coming. My next question for you is: do you think that this could potentially delay it? I've seen a lot of people talking about that all day today. Like, could this possibly push it back a year, 2 years, 3 years, decade?
Yeah. Yeah. Because like what I was gonna say before you even asked this question, so it kind of segued into my point was the biggest issue is the fact that the hacker got the source code. And with
Okay.
the source code, they could, do things like already create cheats and all kind of things that could mess up the front just the game period in any
Yeah.
way, like just modded off the rip. So if they do anything with the source code, they would have to completely rewrite it, and that could take up to 2 years. That's what the rumors are about those source codes, that it could take up to 2 years to get everything and all of the bugs taken out. So yeah, this could absolutely mean a delay. So while it was great to get the content for the couple of hours we had it before GTA did a mass cease and desist, yeah, it could take a long time.
Yeah. Like, and I think what you said is like super important. The source code. Rumor is that the person who, obviously did the deed went in and obtained the source code for not only Grand Theft Auto 6, but Grand Theft Auto 5 as well. Now, that part is catastrophic because
Right.
like you said, 2 years, and also shout out to Jessica Brown, who said 2 years, like
on top of the 30 we just waited.
Yeah, like it could be at least 2 years. Yo, the source code, but for Grand Theft Auto 5, that could shut the game down. You know what I mean? Like that could literally like shut the game down. And I know on the show, if you guys been listening or not, I've been saying people like we need to stop playing Grand Theft Auto 5 anyway, but not like this. Like I didn't mean actually like take the game down. I don't know if somebody heard us say like and my man hopped on it, but like yo, like this could actually be really catastrophic because obviously Grand Theft Auto 5, although I might be tired of playing it, you might be tired of playing it, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who still play this game daily. Like, and if that was to just be gone, that's how you think about how many gamers that is who have to find something else to play. And as you said, for Grand Theft Auto 6, 2 years is really like a minimum. You know what I mean? Right. If they did have to push it back. Now, from their message that Rockstar said, it kind of seems like they're just going to push forward, but obviously that can just be PR, right? Like that could just be a PR statement. So some of the some of the rumors of the leak, or whatever you actually want to call it, was obviously we knew about a female protagonist, right? Obviously we knew that was kind of a thing. Some did speculate that was going to be more of a Bonnie and Clyde, not just a solo female, more of like a man and a woman, of course. What's your thoughts on that, man? Because like it's not really new news, but I would say if to some degree it's confirmed now.
It's kind of. I mean, I don't know if I want to say it's confirmed
unless they change it.
Yeah, the source code over, they could absolutely rechange the whole game, right? And so you would have no clue. So I mean, with that idea alone, I kind of like it. I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed the 3 roles, right? So knocking it down to 2 wouldn't be so bad, and it also wouldn't make the story kind of all over the place because you kind of just probably be either just her or going back and forth like they allowed you to do in 5, which I think would be pretty cool as well.
Right.
The fact, that's all I got. No, I get it because like I said, I know like obviously I hope they proceed as usual. I hope they can figure out how to see without obviously hampering the game or hampering their business practices, as well as what other data this person may have got. I'm also curious as to if you're going to change anything, what do you do? Because one of my biggest pet peeves that I've been seeing all day long is a lot of people been like, it's been all these years and this is how the game looks. I'm like, slow down. It's a GTA 5 engine. That's how all games look. You know what I mean? Think about some of the most gorgeous games like Forza Horizon 5 that everybody was like, oh my god, that looks crazy. I'm sure it didn't look that good at first when they're trying to figure out the concept, right? Yeah.
So I think the game's gonna be fine in terms of the way it plays. I'm curious about one, the timeline, when is it going to come out? And also, it has a lot to live up to. And obviously, I'm sure Rockstar, they want to, of course, you want to put out information on your own time. I think we all know that, right? Like you want to put out information when you're ready to put it out. But now that's been kind of leaked to the world, what do you think this does for Rockstar in terms of like do you think this hurts them? Do you think they kind of get like they kind of are getting the sympathy for it? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Rockstar just realized that their security wasn't as tight as they thought it was. So obviously that should be their main focus coming into, you know, this oncoming gaming season for them, which is just beef up their security so this won't happen again. Because, you know, rumors has it that it was like a teenage kid, not even 18, younger than that. So like
minor.
Yeah. So if a minor could hack and do all of this, get the source code, and this ain't no regular minor, because rumor has it that he's also done this to Uber. It was a hack that happened to Uber a little while ago, and they trying to say that he has something to do with that as well. So this ain't a regular minor. So I ain't gonna act like, you know, anybody could do this, but I'm pretty sure if he has the capabilities at such a young age, as somebody that's been doing it longer than him, that could do worse.
Yeah, like diabolical. Like whoever this, I mean, I guess kid, depending on like the age, like you said, it's just under 18. So some would say kid, some would say young, you know what I mean, young adult or whatever. But like the fact that this is a power move, you know what I mean? And talking about possibly selling the source code, or I would negotiate with Rockstar. I'm like, yo, if you out there listening, I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna end well, bro. And I'm just being honest with you. Certain companies may let stuff slide depending on how the PR goes, right? Rockstar's not one of them. Take-Two, which is also which is what Rockstar's under. They don't play like by that rule. Nintendo don't play by that rule. Pokemon Company don't play by that rule. They are going to try to make an example, because if this could happen to Rockstar, it's not like they did anything wrong, right? This could happen to EA. This could happen to take again with 2K. This can happen to Call of Duty. Like this could happen to anybody. So of course there's going to be an example. I'm sure the whole games industry is going to get behind Rockstar to like, yo, make an example, because if they can do this to you, they'll do this to us. You know what I mean?
And that's why I call him a kid. You know, obviously some people think, even I think even at 21, you still a kid. In my opinion, you still got a lot to learn growing up. But like he literally did this, he or she. So whoever I'll say they are them. Right. They did this strictly for content. Right, because they just made I don't know if they made the Twitter for this specifically or whatever, but they just put it all out at one time. It was like nothing. There was no oh, I got more. So this literally wasn't for financial gain, because if it was, they could have just leaked a picture or something and then said, if you want more, I have that. You know, they could have put it out there to try to make money. So they just, I don't know. This was, in my opinion, this seemed like this was strictly for content, and this ain't gonna go the way that this child think this is gonna go. This is gonna go horribly bad, and this is one of those cases. You know, when you get away with something, you probably should not do it anymore. And this kid just got a little greedy, and this is possibly gonna come and bite him in the behind really hard. Because, like you said, they're gonna make an example of him. They almost have to.
Yeah, and like when I say example, I'm not talking about 30 days in jail, like, and say sorry. I'm talking about like multiple years in prison, like, because this is a serious offense. Yeah, like this is a serious offense. On a lighter note, though, I will say is one of the things that did appear in the league, rumored, of course, because obviously it could be changed. Of course, I want to stress that point, is that. And this is just me being a Grand Theft Auto fan, is now cops will remember your vehicle model, you know, and plate number in the game. Because I'm like, yo, thinking about that, because obviously we all play online, and then obviously we play story mode, but every now and then we all just drive around and just do dumb stuff in the game, right? And then see how high we can get our levels, see how long we can last. And in previous games, we just outdrive the cops, and obviously one level will go down. That seems to be gone. Like right. if it stays true. What's your thoughts on that? Because that part to me is crazy.
I I don't know if I like it yet. I can't.
Okay.
It sounds like a great idea though, right? The concept of you just being able to change the color of your car and then keep it pushing is kind of like is outdated with all of the things they could do now in video games. So like the them pushing it to more of a realistic kind of thing, I think that's pretty dope. Because like cops ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're not that stupid. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna just go paint your car real quick and then pull out right while they right there. And they're gonna be like, oh, who is that guy?
Right,
like, bro. I just seen these license plates. So like, yeah, that's pretty dope. It's gonna make it a little bit more. You're gonna have to be a little bit more strategic to get away.
Absolutely.
Know what I mean? So I think that's dope. I really do. But let's see how it actually plays before I.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Right. I mean, I think the concept is cool. Hell, I think the concept of the Bonnie and Clyde thing is cool too. So it's not just that. Like I thought the female protagonist was cool from the jump. We do have a comment from Jessica Brown again, who says, "Doesn't that kind of kill some of the goofy type fun? It's cool to be forced to strategize, but just being silly sometimes." Yeah, actually, you know what? That is a good point because I know me at times. It's like if I play GTA, I'm either serious, like I want to do the missions, I'm seriously playing online, or every now and then I'll like literally just drive around and do dumb stuff. Or back in the day, put the cheat code in to get all the weapons and just wild out, right? I guess my answer would be technically yes, it does kill some of the allure, but at the same time, we just turn the game off. Like, you know what I mean? Like when it.
Not what's really, your thoughts on Jay? That? Because if you think about it, right now when you go into the in GTA 5, when you go into the repair shop or the paint shop, whatever you want to call it, right? You could change your license plate too. So you could actually change you could customize it. You could actually change it. So it really wouldn't take away anything. It would just make it a little bit more realistic. You won't just be able to pull in, change the color and pull out. You actually got to put time into changing what your car look like. It do take away from the goofy stuff though, because it ain't just a pull in, pull out, but it won't kill it.
That makes sense. One of the other things, and I saw people, this is actually the first thing I saw on Twitter about it at all, and people just like bugging out because I guess they redid, or they're working on redoing the interior of the car, obviously when you drive, so that way, you know, it looks more realistic and stuff like that. Now I know in the past I've been hyped for things looking more realistic. We talked about Madden with their presentation, how it's lacking from that in that department. We praised 2K in the past, especially when it went to what's now current gen, about how that looked in the past. So what's your thoughts on that? Like, obviously it's a minor thing if it turns out to be true, of course, but is that a cool thing, or is that just something where it's just like
yeah, like really, like video, like sports games need that realism. Like, you feel me? Like GTA, like just said, still needs some sort of goofiness. Like, you don't like they got blood and stuff. I don't think it'll be more awesome if we saw dudes' legs being decapitated and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we need that in GTA. It's already got a lot of craziness. So like, as far as realism, like, yeah, making the scenery look better is absolutely dope, but I don't think it need to go more real than the cops knowing license plate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that does make sense. For me, it's for specifically the inside of the car and everything like that. It doesn't really do much for me personally, but I mean, I'm always down for more detail, I guess. It's like what you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, absolutely.
Like, I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, it's not that wouldn't sell me on it. The last thing I got in terms of what I guess was confirmed or whatever, even though this was confirmed already, so this is not even a part of the alleged leak and everything. Have you kind of come to grips that it's going to be in a modern version of Vice City?
Man, no, that's what is that, like Miami? What is that?
Miami, like, right, yeah.
I mean, at least they get to redeem themselves. So hopefully, I'm for them redeeming themselves. Vice City was a trash game. I'm with them redeeming themselves. I would say trash. My bad.
Yeah, I would say it wasn't trash. Like, it wasn't trash.
My bad. Compared to the other GTAs.
Okay.
It was trash.
That, yeah.
Compared to the other ones.
And it's funny too because
And
a
I think that's
lot of
fair to say.
people love Vice City. Yo, we got a comment from Jimmy Lopez. Jimmy Lopez. So what's going to happen to all our businesses and cars on GTA 5 once everyone switches over to GTA 6? That's a good question. So number way, you want to take that? Just speculation, of course.
Yeah,
Obviously, we don't work.
They're
for
gonna find new glitches, and we gonna get new businesses and new cars on it. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. Let's be honest. Like literally in the first month or two of GTA, somebody gonna come out with some type of money glitch, and everybody gonna have everything they just lost. But I feel your pain. We put in 10, 12, 13 years by the time the source code get fixed. And then we're gonna lose everything. Yeah, pretty much we gotta start over.
Yeah, start over, he said. Yeah. I mean, look, Jimmy, like one of the things that I'm thinking is Midnight Club, I think, had progression from game to game where you could save cars and stuff like that going into it. They could if they want to. I agree. I think they're gonna force everybody to start over. I can't see it. It would be dope if you could, but I mean, and then we also don't even know if it's going to launch online to start. You know what I mean? Obviously, when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, that kind of wasn't really a thing yet. But actually, you know what? Wave, that's a good question. Do you think they're going to launch it with an online multiplayer to start? Or do you think they're going to make everybody wait again?
Nah, they should. I would think that they would launch it with an online multiplayer mode. But that's the reason why it's going to start over, though, because like it's in a whole different map. So like, where would they put everybody's stuff? Where would they put all the businesses? It's a whole different area, so it's going to be different business opportunities. Instead of biking clubs, since it's Miami, it's probably going to be like street gangs. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be different. So it's fair to make a start over, but like, bro, they got to give us something for putting in so much work. Like, really, my daughter is the same age as Grand Theft Auto, bro. She's about to be in high school in a couple of years. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like I think people honestly underestimate like how long this game has been around. So I do agree. Like talking about the progression, like if there ever was like progression, like people get mad like in 2K with their My Player. I mean, those games come out every year. We talking about one game for what, 10 years now?
Right? Yeah, 10.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I'm hyped for Grand Theft Auto 6, so this didn't kill it. This didn't like make me more hyped for Grand Theft Auto 6. This was just kind of like me just being like the same, but just I guess getting at least letting me know they're working on it, right? Because I mean, Lord knows we had our speculation. I did at least.
This made me like be like, yeah, they need more time. That's what I saw. Like they need more time. That's what I saw. They still trying to figure out how to build on top of GTA 5. Like that's what I see from the leaks. I don't know if anybody else saw it.
With that said, if the game don't come out in 2025, are you upset?
At the 16-year-old kid, whoever hacked it, I'm mad at him because it's or her or them. Yeah. I'm mad at that person. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we got a comment from Levante Armwood. Shout out to him. Early development, any negative reviews, they overreacting is my opinion on that. I agree with you 100%. Look, man, take any game that looks gorgeous you've ever seen and look at it when it was first being made. It looks like trash. You know what I mean? Like there's no way around it. You know what I mean? People critiquing something. One, that footage that we all like allegedly saw or whatever is from a few years ago anyway. So we're talking about when they first starting. It's not even what they're working on now.
Right.
So it's like it's kind of trash to judge it off that. The whole point was, I guess, I'm gonna try to get into the mind of the person who stole, because that's what it is. The whole point is to one, he wanted to get his content popping, right? So we know that. But two, he probably wanted to show like, oh, whether he wanted us to critique it or whether he wanted us to praise it. But at the same time, you can't do either. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure if Rockstar is how everyone says they are, I'm sure whatever was shown in that is probably not even going to appear in the game any longer. Like they probably just cut that whole part out, either that or change it up to the point where now it's kind of not the same. So we really didn't see anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if the two characters changed.
Yeah,
the whole look would be something totally different.
Right. If you notice, like if you notice, because I actually saw one screenshot on Twitter, which you can find anything you want on Twitter, so be aware. um, the people in like the little diner or whatever, they didn't even have faces.
Right.
And people were critiquing that, like, oh, how could they do that? They only got faces. I'm like, yo, you can't see that this is just development. like this is not even the real game.
You know what that scene reminded me of? Pulp Fiction. It looked like they was just recreating the scene from Pulp Fiction to see what they was gonna do with the mechanics, and they just happened to leave it in a file that got stolen. You know what I'm 100%. Saying? That's exactly what. Because think about literally, if you ever seen the movie Pulp Fiction, that's the two characters in the diner in the beginning. That's literally what we just saw. So all we saw was them using their mechanics to create Pulp Fiction. So if we think that, I mean, maybe they're gonna take the inspiration from that movie and create a mission, which I don't doubt because of the whole Bonnie and Clyde theme.
Right.
But like outside of, like, I don't see what people getting out of that. Like, what are you really critiquing? Like, I don't understand.
Look, when Grand Theft Auto 6 dropped, whether it's 2024, 2025, or whatever, I'm ready to play it in however it's supposed to be. So I'm not looking at it or judging it until 2025. We got another comment from Levante. I read somewhere about a female protagonist. I hope they stick to 4 different characters, because I thought that was what made Grand Theft Auto 5 epic when it first dropped, and how it all came together was dope. That's actually a good comment, because I know that is really polarizing in terms of how people view that. Some people want to go back to the days of Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 4, where it's just kind of one central character we all get attached to. Obviously, probably the most famous being from San Andreas with CJ. And then there's a lot of people like Levante who says, yo, the way they did it in Grand Theft Auto 5 is like, not only is it like cool, but also it's like really good storytelling. What's your thoughts on that, Wave?
I think that's why they came up with the decision to have it at 2 people, because it was so split. It was so split with either people wanting it just to be one protagonist or multiple protagonists, that I feel like GTA just wanted to meet them somewhere, and meet us, because I'm a part of this gaming community as well. But meet us, somewhere in the middle, and then kind of work from there and see what we think from there. And I think it would still hit, the points that Levante is making about how it has multiple different aspects of the game that kind of meet at the end. They could still do that with the 2 personnel, because maybe they don't know each other their whole life. Maybe they know each other their whole life, but either way, they gonna live 2 separate lives that we're gonna have to play through. So I feel like it'll hit home for everyone. It ain't too much, because it's only 2 people you really playing, and and it still have multiple stories that kind of intertwine and give it an extra twist that I kind of enjoyed in 5 too. I thought that was pretty dope, because it gave way to have multiple endings and everything else. Ooh, sorry about that.
I thought that was cool too. A lot of people saying this game 6 is going to be Bonnie and Clyde like style, which I'm sure will have like backgrounds for both, and then kind of get into the main story. I think that's cool, but at the same time, I'm curious if they do it right. It could be cool. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but I could see a lot of ways where it goes wrong. You know what I mean? I could see a lot of ways where it don't work out. But Rockstar, one thing I will say, they usually nail the story in the Grand Theft Auto games, right? I can't think of a bad one. Even Vice City, and I probably like that story the least. But even that, it came together as a good story. I'd probably real quick, Wave, if you had to rank the stories of Grand Theft Auto, what would you put at the top, or what would you put at the bottom? If you want to do the middle, that's fine. If not, that's fine. What do you think is the best story?
The best? So I think it's very clear that I think Vice City is the worst story. I made that clear. So I'm not gonna keep on stomping on them. Because it's still a good game, but we're talking about all the GTAs. But my favorite story is 4. I'm not gonna lie, the Nico Bellic. The Nico Bellic story. I'm saying his name mad wrong, but that's probably my favorite story only because I relate to that a little bit more than the other stories. You know what I'm saying? Even the San Andreas one, man, I feel like that was a little bit too profile. That joke was too what's the word I'm trying to look for? Stereotypical for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I can't put that up there as one of the top storylines, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, I mean, for me, hands down, right off the top, I say the best one is Grand Theft Auto 4. I agree with you. I thought the story was actually excellent. Even the DLC that came out afterwards, although I do prefer the main story. I'd probably say the worst. See, I don't think it was Vice City. I might even go Grand Theft Auto 3 as the worst. I think San Andreas really kicked off how they started to do like stories. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I probably would go Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I'd go 3 as like the worst story, even though I thought that one was cool with Claude. But yeah, so any closing thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 6 and the information that came out or was forced out? And what do you think Rockstar goes from here? Do you think they switch things up? Do you think they kind of just, you know what, we're gonna continue going forward on the game? Oh well, you saw some screenshots, fine.
I mean, we didn't see nothing. It's from a few years ago, so I think they keep it pushing. Hopefully they the rumor about the source code being stolen was absolute false. That is what I'm really hoping.
Yeah,
I hope that's false. If that's false, I feel like they keep it pushing. We get the game, you know, on the proper timeline. But if it comes out that rumor is true, that the source code was stolen, regardless of what, even if he don't do anything with the source code, right? I'm sure they still gonna want to clean it and make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
It might even modify it. Either way, we looking at some type of time, you know, more time waiting, and we don't. Let's all hope that, you know, that ain't true.
Yeah, I mean, if the source code is got, then we'll be back on here talking about it because that means problems. You know what I mean? But if not, I hope Rockstar just push forward. If you want to delete some scenes from the game out of petty reasons, I'm cool with that too. But I just can't wait to play the game. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna be dope. But yeah, yo, that's all we got for this one. It was just a quick little live. The next week we'll be back with the actual show live. Interaction. Shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Jimmy Lopez. Shout out to Levante for interacting. Next week we'll be back live. Doing what we usually do, talking about retro gaming news, talking about actually Nintendo Direct just happened as well as the Sony State of Play. And Sony and Microsoft are beefing. If you haven't seen, over one word.
We gotta talk about that too. Exclusivity, yeah. Oh my goodness.
So
hey, we gotta talk about that too.
Catch us on Saturday, man. Yeah. Catch us on Saturday on the show. We getting into all of that.
that's gonna be.
I'm JB as always. Right, Tsunami Wave, take it.
Hey man, hopefully y'all come through next time. This is our first live. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for the support, everybody that we named. Now I'm saying my boy Levante, Team Sony. Yeah, so team everything. Team everything. I'm not a council picker, man. I love all the game systems. But anyway, come through and support.
Jimmy
it's gonna get spicy like a tuna roll next week, man.
Yo, be out. Peace.